Hello and welcome to United Report. This is your home for all the latest Manchester United news, match updates, transfer stories, and in-depth analysis. Stay connected and never miss a moment. Subscribe now to stay ahead with everything happening at Old Trafford. Manchester United winger Antony has enjoyed a renaissance at Real Betis, but the Spanish side could face difficulty signing him permanently in the summer. The 25-year-old was loaned to Betis in the January transfer window after only scoring once in 14 games this season. He has made 17 goal contributions in 96 appearances for United, following his £85 million transfer from Ajax in 2022. However, Antony has thrived at Betis under coach Manuel Pellegrini, and according to Spanish outlet Relevo, the club's board are aware that his permanent signing will not be straightforward. It wasn't easy to bring him here, and it won't be easy to try and keep him, although it was probably harder to bring him, a club source said. One potential difficulty is the suggestion that United would want a transfer fee at least equal to the amount they spent on Antony, which would represent a significant outlay for Betis. Their chances of pulling off the deal may depend on what budget is available at the end of the season. La Liga could be set to bag an extra Champions League spot next year, and Betis are eyeing this golden opportunity as they sit level with fifth-placed Villarreal in the table. A Champions League berth could mean a cash injection of at least £42 million, €50 million, for Betis, potentially paving the way to swoop for Antony. The second part of their reported plan has involved Betis playing their cards right by keeping United in the loop with detailed updates on Antony's progress and building a positive relationship with the club, which might help smooth out future transfer talks. However, Betis Vice President Jose Miguel Lopez is keeping his feet on the ground. "When we get to that river, we'll cross it," he told Radio Marca. "Another club might come along with a project we can't compete with and take him away. We must have ambition and excitement about having these players, but we can't go crazy either. That game hasn't started yet, there's nothing on the table, and we still have a season finale ahead. Antony is settling in well at Betis, netting 4 goals and assists in 12 appearances. He's even gelled with Betis star Isco, who's keen for the club to splash the cash to make Antony's move permanent. We need to do a crowdfunding campaign to keep him for at least another year," Isco told DAZN. "We've noticed a change since he arrived. He contributes so much." Antony had nothing but praise for Isco after their derby victory over Sevilla on Sunday. "He's a star. I'm very happy playing alongside him," Antony said to Relevo. "As you say, when you understand Isco's play, things become easier. Since leaving United on loan, Antony's transfer value has certainly increased." However, Betis will be hoping that his connection with Isco and Pellegrini can form the third part of their plan to keep the winger for next season. "I'm happy for him. He came from a difficult time in England. He's young and still has much to give," Pellegrini said. "Betis has a style that suits him. Being around technical players has benefited his game. The team operates around a footballing idea." Betis head to Barcelona on Saturday as their quest for a Champions League spot continues. The club are also in the Europa Conference League quarter-finals and will play the first leg of their tie against Jagiellonia Białystok next Thursday. Scott McTominay has opened up about feeling misprofiled during his early days in Manchester United's first team. The 28-year-old midfielder made 255 appearances for his boyhood club, but has argued that he spent most of his time being played in the wrong position. McTominay, who made his senior debut under Jose Mourinho in 2017, found his footing in the United squad during Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's time as manager, often playing next to Fred. The duo, referred to as McFred, was a staple for United throughout Solskjaer's tenure. However, under Erik Ten Hag, McTominay took on a more attacking midfield role, showcasing his goal-scoring abilities. Last season, McTominay notched up an impressive 10 goals across competitions, at times earning United crucial points. Despite his contributions, he only started 18 Premier League games and ended up moving to Napoli in the summer for £25.7 million. He has thrived in Naples, playing a key part in Antonio Conte's squad as they contest Inter Milan for the Scudetto, sitting 3 points behind the league leaders. The Scotland international has quickly become a fan favourite, scoring 7 goals and providing 4 assists in 31 games across all competitions. In an interview with The Athletic, McTominay spoke about his first team breakthrough and explained that he was essentially learning on the job as a deep-lying midfielder. When I got into the first team, I was quite misprofiled in where I was playing, he admitted. It wasn't the fault of any coaches. My strengths have always been getting into the box, scoring goals, being a problem in there. But I was being used as a number 6 or as a centre-back, and that has never really been my game. But when you're playing for Manchester United and you're 20, you can't knock on the manager's door and say that you expect to be playing at number 8 ahead of Paul Pogba. It's not realistic. You have to know your place and do what you're asked to do, McTominay added. In the last few seasons, I began to get into the box a bit more, to score more goals, and then last year was my best one. They would always sign someone who wouldn't necessarily be what people expected them to be. My mentality was that I was always there, ready to go, ready to take my opportunity. I always wanted to prove my worth, to show I could play every game. It's not the sort of thing that affects me. You can only be in control of what you do. Discussing his decision to move to Napoli, McTominay is enjoying his time in Serie A. Things were difficult in Manchester. I didn't know what was happening exactly, McTominay said. And you instantly know Napoli, the passion of the fans, the quality of the league. People have to be careful when people say Italy or Spain aren't on a par with the Premier League. Physically and tactically, I've had some of my hardest games here. Manchester United fans have hailed the return of Mason Mount from injury and believe the ex-Chelsea star can pull the team out of their slump if he can stay fit for the rest of the season. Mount made his first appearance since December in United's 1-0 loss to Nottingham Forest on Tuesday night, coming on for Joshua Zirkzee in the 78th minute. He gave a promising display that showed signs of his ability as he curled an effort and watched it narrowly flash past the post shortly after coming on. Boss Ruben Amorim will be pleased with how he pressed the opposition and looked to get involved in the build-up play. Mount only had 6 touches and 1 shot in his 12 minutes on the pitch, but made 3 accurate passes and won his only aerial duel. In a frustrating performance that saw United dominate the game, but failed to carve open clear-cut chances, they were encouraged by the display of Mount after returning from a hamstring injury and feel he could now give the team a huge lift. One wrote on Twitter X, "I've repeatedly said a fit Mason Mount will make us a better team. An unfit Mason Mount couldn't make us any worse going forward based on today." Another fan added, "If Mason Mount stays fit for the rest of the season, we will 100% be a better team. He's just 100 times better at the 10 role than anyone who's playing there right now." A third said, "It is encouraging to see Mason Mount back on the field. He is a player who can flourish in the 3-4-3 setup. Although he did seem timid to enter into any 50-50 challenges, but that confidence should come with time. There could be an opportunity for Mount to play in his desired number 10 role, as he did for Chelsea, with Bruno Fernandes dropping deeper into midfield in recent games, and Amorim has backed up those claims." He said if you look at the history of Mason Mount, he played in this system many times, especially in Chelsea. He played left-hand, right-hand side. So I think it's a very good position for him. Mount has only managed 34 appearances in 2 seasons at United, scoring once after battling fitness issues in both campaigns, but former United star Danny Simpson believes he has a real chance to kick on as a number 10 now. It was very difficult when he came in. Bruno's playing in a 10 at the time on his own. To displace Bruno is difficult, he said. But I think now, with Bruno playing a bit deeper, there's real opportunity for him now under the new manager, because he likes him. Mount was a huge hit at boyhood club Chelsea, as he netted 33 times in 195 appearances after making his breakthrough in 2019, and he has picked up 36 caps for England.